I saw Deadpool Jesus. No. It kind of hurt my heart. I was a little bit like, we're going to start confusing everything now. It's going to be Iron Man Chapter 1. You know, everybody's going to be, when Deadpool died on the cross, I was like, oh, man.
Hey, this is Sanjay Shah. I'm the showrunner and executive producer of Everybody Still Hates Chris. I'm here with the cast. This is a reimagining of the iconic show Everybody Hates Chris, and we're here with the Hollywood Reporter at San Diego Comic-Con 2024.
Which parts of the live-action show have been translated to this animated version, and which parts are entirely new?
Well, we treated the original show as canon, but this is a continuation of the original, and what animation allowed us to do was really world build beyond what was capable in a live-action show. So, the other, beauty of bringing this world into animation is being able to lean into the fantasy moments that the show is really known for. So I hope that answers your question. It's borrowing from the tone of the original, and it's a continuation of the original while respecting the original, but it is its own permutation of that show. It's a brand new, fresh version of that show.
Terry and Tichina, you both are reprising your roles from the original show. What made you want to come back to this world?
Oh. Well, what made me want to come back to this world was just Everybody Hates Chris was an amazing show with amazing people, not just in front of the camera, but behind the camera as well. And we had a great synergy. We had lovely time working with each other, but we actually were part of the process of these characters being created and culminating throughout the years, the 4 years we were on.
4 years.
Amazing experience. But go ahead, Terry.
No, I got to say this because what was very important to me is that we picked up where we left off, because I felt like it wasn't done. When that last episode aired, we didn't know that was it. Like, we were just going, oh no, like we would never. And you go 20 years, and then to get the chance to do this again. And when we read that script, and I got to see all these people on our Zooms together, and I couldn't believe it. I said, we picked up right where we left off. This is Everybody Hates Chris, but the next iteration in Everybody Still Hates Chris. It's beautiful.
Sanjay's done an amazing job at just keeping keeping just the core, the root, the feel of what we already did. And going in the booth with him, I was just very excited because he was very conscious of what we had already laid down. As actors, and here we are. And it's very hard for me to try to do Rochelle without moving. So, because my character was so, used to being physical. So it was a little challenge, but challenge very, very much, accepted.
Well, I want to also add the fact that, Tichina and I, let me tell you, it changed my life forever, because this is the woman who actually taught me how to act.
He loves me, but that's his wife over there. But he loves me.
No, I do love her. And it was wild because she hinted on this a little bit earlier, but we developed these characters. These, Julius and Rochelle came from our hearts. Yes. And it's wild to me right now that I have grown men and women who come up to me all the time, fully bearded men and women, okay, that are like, hey, I grew up on Everybody Hates Chris. I grew up on that show. And I'm going, what? And to see the impact over the years. And then another thing I have to mention is that the state of comedy has changed in a lot of ways. There were things we did on the show back then that were like, whoa, you can't do that now.
No.
But in animation, you can. In fact, in animation, you could push it. You could actually get more in depth into what the show is like. And let me tell you, this thing it's bigger than us. It represents so much more. I mean, you're talking about Chris Rock, his real family, his real upbringing. And the good thing is, he becomes one of the most famous superstars in the world. So you could just be heartless when you when you go at him with comedy as a young man. You know what I mean? And I have to give it up. Everybody in this cast is so wild because as I hear it, and I'm going, oh my God, these are like the same. It just feels the same in every way, shape, and form.
For the rest of you, what has it been like stepping into this world?
Sure. Oh, wow. Well, I mean, for one, it's an honor because, well, like these, fully bearded grown men, I as well grew up on that show. So it's literally like a full circle moment now to be on the next part of it. It's an honor to be able to work with such amazing people. It's a surreal thing, and I can't feel anything but blessed. It's a blessing, for real, for real.
Yeah, I agree, man. It's a blessing. It's crazy because this is one of my favorite shows. And so, like, this is a dream come true for me. Just paying homage to the original, but, we go beyond that with, Chris being 17, everything like that, following his journey. And so I'm excited for y'all to see it. Yeah. I'm excited. Yes.
I'm excited to get into the fun of it. I mean, the show in and of itself was always such, and then it was nostalgic too, because it's like, okay, that's exactly how I grew up. Like yes, my dad, all the jobs, my mom, crazy, but and then to grow up watching it, and then to come in and get to play in it, and then get to share in these legends, these icons, comic icon. It's like, I mean, he's okay, but this icon, especially as somebody who loves and enjoys doing comedy, it's truly amazing.
Yeah, it feels so great adding to the legacy of a show that I feel everybody needs right now. Everybody still loves Chris, man. No, the show is, it's one of the few comedies that pushes the boundary but still has so much heart. And you fall in love with the characters, even if you're seeing them struggle. You want to see them win. And there aren't a lot of comedies that are vulnerable like that. So it's been fantastic feeling like we're adding to a great legacy.
Tim, you are voicing young Chris. Have you gotten the chance to meet Tyler, and did he give you any advice on taking on this role?
I haven't got the chance to meet Tyler. Tyler's the man. He is the man. Look, growing up watching him in the show, he inspires me as a performer, just like watching him. And look, all the other projects, and, he's killing it. So, I love that what he's doing and paying homage to him and what he's done. But yeah, I think it's really cool that I got to, do my thing in this and, have my interpretation and reprising this way.
Did any of you get to record in the voiceover booth together, or did you do all your scenes separately?
Separate.
Yeah.
Separate.
I got to say, we got together during the pandemic. Our first time we actually read the first script together was all on Zoom. And to see, a lot of people come back, like Jackie Mazzarella, Ernest Thomas was on there, Jackie Harry. Just to, there were a lot of established characters and beautiful actors and actresses that were all in, that had been a part of this world that came back in that Zoom. And I was just like, I was really emotional. It was very, very emotional. But we were just sitting there and talking like we need to arrange where we can all get together and do it, that way in person. But now, having done so many episodes, and we still have yet to actually look at everything, you know what I mean? So, we're going to be seeing some things for the first time right along with the rest of the Comic-Con audience, which is very exciting.
Since we are at Comic-Con, I want to have you answer some bucket questions from our Wolverine bucket, and you can just pull one out and answer it.
Okay.
Drum roll.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, what's the best costume you've seen so far at Comic-Con?
I saw a costume, but I think he was a homeless man, so I don't know.
Oh, my goodness.
No, seriously, I didn't know.
They dress nice over here, so that may take it. That may be the best. It's eccentric. It's interesting.
Well, first of all, I've seen a lot of Deadpools, but I saw a mecha Deadpool yesterday. It was crazy. This man, and he had like the prop guy written on the back of like his suit, and I was like, this is most definitely a prop person thing. But like, it was crazy. He had these stilts on. He you could tell he detailed the mechanics of the legs. These ginormous it was crazy. I can imagine he put many hours into that costume. So I think that won. That was probably the best costume I've seen.
Well, I don't know if it was the best, but it was definitely the most memorable. I saw Deadpool Jesus.
Whoa!
It kind of hurt my heart. I was a little bit like, we're going to start confusing everything now. It's going to be Iron Man Chapter 1. Everybody's going to be, when Deadpool died on the cross, I was like, oh, man, we all got to stop now. You know what I mean? I think we went too far.
Put it in Idiocracy too.
That hurt my heart. It did.
What is your all-time favorite cinematic universe?
Star Wars. That was the first big movie I saw. Because I'm born in 1969, so Star Wars, the first Star Wars, was pretty big for us. Yeah. Pretty big.
X-Men. It was X-Men for me. The old school dun 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 dun. That's my favorite for sure.
That's real. I think mine is definitely Avengers, Marvel Avengers. Yeah. Because I still remember the first time I went to the theater to see the first Avengers. I remember when they were all in a circle and that music was playing. Dun 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 dun. It was like Captain America was like, Avengers, assemble, and they just went off. Yo, crazy.
I think we got all the eras.
Right, yeah.
Oh, me? See, this is not a universe, but anything Spider-Man.
Oh, yeah.
Anything Spider-Man.
Mine is Drumline. It's not a universe at all, but I wish they would make it one because my son's a drummer, and I would like him to have that.
Everything Matt Groening, The Simpsons, Futurama, all that was like my childhood. It's a big reason why I do voiceover. Because that I still watch The Simpsons on repeat.
We are so happy to be in this room and be at Comic-Con because it's just a wonderful world to be in. We get to be in the studio and just create, but not just physically, but through our voices. And if you think about it, sound is heard everywhere. So even if you don't see us, you'll always hear us. So it's fun, a lot of fun, and it's cool to be a part of this new world. This is my first Comic-Con, so I'm very excited.